Right, so like sometimes in a survival situation you've got to like really be quite resourceful and be very careful of what you're doing. In order to be resourceful in a hotel situation, you might not find yourself in these very often, but it can be really good to know what to do if that does happen to you. Now, I'm in a remote place, I've got no internet access. I know it's not ideal, but there are some certain things that can help me survive. I don't know how long I'm going to be here, so now this hotel has not actually included moisturising cream like you would expect it to. So now here's a little tip. This is one thing I want to show you what to do. So I've dug around in my bag, okay, and I've actually come up with one of these little previous hotel like moisturisers. Alright, now I don't want to waffle on too much, but what we can actually do, now it's only half full. Now this is not amazingly ideal, but what you can do is actually tip it out, and you actually tip it onto a flat surface. I don't know if you can see that, but okay, so I'm rationing this, like I think I've got about maybe 6 days worth, and like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. So what I've done there is tipped it out. You can usually put it on the back of your hand, but I've put it on my arm there, so I can see exactly how much I've got. Take it from there. Now if you put it on your fingertips, you're going to lose little bits in between the fingers, which we don't want. So now we can just take one finger and take a little bit of moisturising cream and carefully rub it into the area that we want to apply it to. Alright, like that. So if it was on my fingers, I'd be wasting it on both hands, and this is not what we want to do. We want to make sure the caps are nice and tight, and we put it somewhere that we'll actually be able to find it later on. So we're going to put it in there with the other essentials, alright? There we go. So that's fine, we'll leave that alone. Now, we won't close that because we might trip over it in the night, which can be very hazardous. We don't want bruises. Right, so something else that we need to have a look at is sometimes in a hotel situation things can get a little bit out of hand and you might not be ready for things like that. So, you know, just knowing a few little facts and a few little tips and tricks can actually help you get right out of trouble, if you know what I mean. You've broken pieces of necklace here. We're actually going to find something to string those back onto because my string's actually broken. Alright, so it was on some kind of cotton or something like that, so we're going to actually do something about that. Alright, so just listen up, this is what we're going to do. Now, I've been for a little bit of a wander down the beach. I've actually found some fishing line. Right, so it's this kind of stuff here. It's clear. It's something like £10 line. I don't know, whatever it is. It's going to be really good for us. So we're actually going to string that back on now. Have a look at what I've done here. So I'm just threading them on there like that. Okay, it's not that difficult. You have to align them, and it might even be wearable as long as no one knows what's actually happened. You found this piece of fishing line that was probably washed up on the shore, and it's probably been through fish intestines and things like that. Just don't tell them that and it'll be fine. Alright, so it's tough, but we'll get through it. Now you want to be careful that you don't just leave your clasps lying around on the hotel sheets, because it can be a little bit hard to locate them, as I'm just demonstrating for you now. So something that is really good to know, and you never know when you're gonna need this. Survival in a hotel, so let's just hope that we'll make it through, alright?